Hello everyone and welcome to the session 3 of Unit 4 Drilling and Milling Machines for the course Machine Tool Technology. Course code is 15ME43T. Myself Mohammad Imran, lecturer, the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government Polytechnic Harvard. So today we are all discussing about twist drill geometry. So this is the geometry of the drill bit which is used in the drilling machine. So what are the various parts of that drill bit and what are the different angles and different geometries which are designed or which are cutted in this drill bit. We are studying all these things in the today's session. So this is the figure for the crystal geometry. So you can see that it consists of various parts: shank, tank, neck, body, flute, margins, flank, chisel, edge, margin, flank, face, lip, point angle, clearance angle, etc. So let me discuss one by one all the parts of this tool twist drill. So first one is point. So the point is the cone-shaped end, and it does the cuttings. So it consists of the following parts: dead center, lips, and heel. So point is the cone-shaped end, and it does the cutting. So you can see that in this geometry, this cone-shaped end. So it is having cone-shaped at the end. So this the end where it meets that point is called as the point. The ends of this conical surface, so this portion is called as point. So it does a actual cutting is done. Start with this edges, this conical shape. The actual cutting starts with these conical edges. So it is carried on by these flutes. You can see here. So it consists of the following parts. So dead center. So dead center, it is a sharp edge at the extreme edge of the drill. This should always be exact center of the drill. So this is the sharp edges. You can see the exact edge we have dead center. So this portion is called as dead center. So it is the sharp edge at the extreme tip of the drill. So extreme tip of the drill, you can see this should always be exact center of the drill. So this is the exact center of the drill, this portion. So this portion is called as dead center. Lips, these are the cutting edges of the drill. So this there are two lips here, you can see. These are the cutting edges of the tool is called as lips. So you can see here, this is the this edges is called as lip, which is actually the cutting edges of the this tool geometry. Heel is the portion of the point back from the cutting edge. So the cutting edge, the back of the cutting edge is called as this portion. Everything is called as heel. So next is shank. So it is the shank is the unmachined surface of the or undesigned portion of this body of the twist drill is called as shank, which is used for holding the drill bit into the chuck or the spindle. So this shank portion is used to hold the twist drill to the chuck, or either it may be directly to the spindle. So it is a portion of the drill by which it is clamped to the spindle. So this portion you can see in the figure, shank, it is known as shank. It is clamped to the spindle. The shank may be either straight, so this shank may be either straight one or it may be tapered one. So straight shank drills are used with a chuck. So if you are using a straight shank, then you must use the chuck for holding the this drill bit. If you are using a tapered shank, then which can be self tapered shank drill have self holding tapes. So this if you are using a tapered shank, then you can directly fix this into the spindle without using the chuck. So if you are using a tapered shank, then it has the advantages that it is directly clamped to the spindle. Instead of using chuck, we are directly clamp it to the shank. So which is the advantages of tapered shank. Um, on the taper shank, another term is used. If you are using a taper shank, another term is used which is called as tang. You can see here the tang here is in the taper shank. So this is the tang. So you can see this is the taper shank, whereas this is a straight shank. So in this kind of shanks is directly mounted to the is clamped to the chuck. Then that chuck is clamped to the spindle if you are using a straight shank. So if you are using a tapered shank, you can see in this figure, it is directly clamped to the spindle of the drilling machine. So if you are using a tapered shank, then is a extra portion that is known as a tang. You can see here, you can see the tang. It will come only into the picture when you are using a tapered shank. This fits into the slots in the spindle sleeve. So this tang portion is fits into the slots provided in the spindle sleeve. Next is the body. You can see the portion between the point. So this is the point, the portion between the point and the shank. So the portion between, this is the shank, between this shank and this point, this portion where actually this every cutting edges or whatever the angles, margins, flutes, everything is designed. So that portion is called as body. Flutes. So these are the flutes you can see here. This is the cutting edges. So after the cutting edge starts from the lips, the initial portion, so this cutting action is carried away by these flutes. So these are all the cutting edges. So it forms the cutting edge on the point, and it allows the flow of chips. You can see it is having a grooves here, conical grooves. Whereas when the cutting action takes place, the chips will flow through these grooves, and it is having like a uh, um, flute-like shapes, so which allows the easy escape of chips. After machining, the chips will be formed, so the chips will be easily flow through these flutes, and also it allows the flow of the cutting fluid into the cutting machining surfaces. So when your cutting fluid is passed through this, it will flow through these flutes, and it will pass to the actual machining takes place, where the actual machining cutting edges is starting, where it is allow the easy flow of cutting fluid to the machined surface or the friction surface. So it forms the cutting edge on the point and allows the chips to escape, and causes the chip to curl and permit the cutting fluid to reach the cutting edge. So it has a three function. First function, it forms a cutting edge. So another thing is it allows the escape of chips through it, and another thing is it allows the flow of cutting fluid into the machined surface, and it also allows the formation of curl shaped chips by using this vase. So curl shaped flute shaped, so it forms like a guides, it will guide the chips to flow through this in a form of curl. So margin. So margin you can see here. So this is the margin. It is a small gap between the thin surface between the these flutes. Um, Depression that decides the size of the drill and keeps the drill adjusted. So it is this margin decides the size of the drill. So it is a small gap between these two surfaces. You can see in this figure also. This is the margin. You can. This is the margin. So this is the thin surfaces which decide the size of the drill and keeps the drill adjusted. So it is a small gap between these flutes. You can see here. So this portion is called as margin. So body clearance, you can see the body diameter is actually reduced to some actual diameter. So if this portion, if you measure this surface to this surface, this body portion here in the fluid surface, it is slightly reduced. You can see here the clearance diameter. So this diameter is reduced. Why? Because to reduce the friction. What will happen if it is of actual diameter? Then what will happen? There will be more surface will be in contact. More surface of the body will be in contact with the machine surface. So that will increases the friction and heat generation. So in order to avoid that, the portion of this body here, this portion is slightly reduced in diameter compared to these surfaces in order to reduce the friction. So that is called as body clearance. It is a part of the drill body that has been reduced in order to cut down the friction between the drill and the wall of the hole. So next is lips. These are the lips. The actual the starting cutting edges of this drill bit is called as lip. Webs. It is the metal column in the drill to separate the flutes. So to separate the flutes, we have webs. It is the metal column in the drill to separate the flutes. So to separate the fluids, we have a web that is called as it is used to separate the fluids. Next is dead center. It is a sharp edge at the tip end of the drill. So this portion is called as dead center. It is the exact center of the drill bit. Next, lip relief angle. This is the actual. You can see a lip clearance angle. This angle, the angle. This is the actual relief angle at the outer corner of the lip. So this is the lip clearance angle. So outer corner of the lip. So these are called as lips. So outer corner, the angle between the outer corner is known as lip clearing angle. Point angle. This is the angle includes between the cutting lips projected upon the plane parallel to the drill axis and parallel to the cutting lips. This is the point angle you can see here. When the cutting edges are uh, so projected, so the angle formed between the starting point of this drill bit, cutting edge of the lip cutting edges, if you extend this, then the angle formed between these two is called as point angle. This is the angle includes between the cutting lips of the projected upon the plane parallel to the drill axis and parallel to the cutting lips. So you can see if you project this lip, and if the angle formed between this lip is called as point angle. Helix angle, you can see here helix angle. It decides the rake edge of the point line of the drill. You can see the angle between this axis and this flute. This is called as helix angle. Chisel edge angle. So this is the chisel edge angle. It is the angle between chisel edge and the cutting lip. So angle between the chisel edge and the cutting lip is called as chisel edge angle. So this finishes the this session. So we have discussed about the various geometries of the drill bit in the today's session. That may be of shank, that may be body, flute, margin, flank, neck, tang, and various angles such as helix angle, chisel edge angle, lip clearance angle, etc. So it is very important from the exam point of view. It will be asked for 5 to 8 marks. Uh, Draw the neat figure of the twist in geometry and explain the various parts of the twist drill. So please watch. Thank you for watching this video, and I will come with next session. Thank you.